You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills About That Business. Sports-related businesses. You know what? The other day I was watching my college basketball team, lose to another college basketball team, but that's okay. That's okay. They're kind of rebuilding the program, so that's cool. But you know what? For sports fascinate me because y'all notice all this talk about recession and everything. The sports business is going great. In fact, I mean, you look at some of these like sports-related companies. They ain't complaining. I mean, shoot, they are not saying a word. They ain't like, oh yeah, they losing their market share. Nah. If some are, I mean, you might have some like smaller companies might be losing something. I don't know. But you don't hear that. Like you get companies like Under Armour, Adidas, Nike. Nike's the main one. They like ubiquitous. That swoosh is ubiquitous. You know, that swoosh is everywhere. You can find a Nike store. You can find a Nike store anywhere. You can find Nike anywhere. You just bopping along. You can go in an ordinary store. You might be able to find them in some dollar stores. But the thing is, the sports related business, because one of the things, if you want to really understand a good business, any good business is related to an activity people are always going to do. People are always going to either play sports or watch sports. Play sports or watch sports. Because if I'm, sometimes when I'm driving certain places, I might see some kids out, like, practicing. Like, I might see some little girls in the neighborhood practicing lacrosse, got their parents out there. Usually when little girls are like that or little boys are playing soccer or something, they stay interested in sports, even if it's just to watch. You know, because one thing with sports, it gets into a very basic thing. That is to play. Remember that word. Think about the psychology of it. What do kids want to do? They want to run around. They want to play. You sports provide a structured environment for them. That's at the base of it. They grow up, they still want to do that. Some people want to still work out or they still want to watch. And that's from a small level. And that's a business opportunity because all those little kids still need something. They still need like cleats. They still need shorts, shin guards or whatever equipment, And sometimes you have whole stores for it. Like in the area I live in, lacrosse is big. And you got whole stores dedicated to lacrosse. And that they can make money. It's like, wow. And of course, you got the more major sports, people playing baseball and stuff. And as long as people want to play and watch other people play, you can make money. So what's a sports related business? It is so many things in there. It could be making a jerseys or something. Or it could be sports related athletic wear. Like one of the things I'm thinking about, and I'll tell y'all because it's so much there for it, but just creating like workout wear. Just finding a good design, put it on a shirt, and let people work out with it. But that's sports related. The play, activity. People want to stay active. And that's a basic thing. One thing about any business, if you focus on stuff that's just basic to human existence, you're always gonna make money. Like food, like restaurants. Let me use that as an example. Food, people always got to eat. Now, of course, people will say, well, there's some restaurants going out of business, but for every time a restaurant goes out of business, one goes into business. Like I was looking the other day, I was like, man, they putting a lot of Dunkin' Donuts around here because people always going to be addicted to that sugar. But the sports related business, that is something that could really take off for you. That could take off. I mean, because I remember a young man I went to high school with. He actually developed a scouting business. And since I said I was watching a college basketball game, that's actually become a business just to coach high school athletes, like in like for tournaments and stuff. I mean, you got actual like private schools that developed it, and their main thing is to get these like wonder kids and put them in tournaments. I mean, shoot, you got like ESPN showing high school games. There's a lot of money there. That's a lot of money. At some point, somebody gonna say, "Hey, let's get these kids some money for just to play ball." And like above table, some of them getting money anyway. Trust me, or they getting some type of perk, or getting a thing. But I don't want to get into a discussion of the ethics of that. That might be something for my deep thought channel. But if you can think like something sports, like there was one business I tried to get going. It was more like a sports singles club. And it was a sports singles club, but yeah, I needed more time with that. Maybe I'll do it again, but I've known of other people that created singles clubs just based on sports themes. Remember that basic thing, play. So if you have an idea, maybe you're active, maybe you like running or something, you might say, okay, let me do a running club. Like a dude who used to be a sales manager at a gym, he actually created like a boot camp. And it's a beautiful bit. He needs very little for it. You pay him and he finds some free spots and have people running up and down steps and everything. The activities, watching. And then, when you talk about pro sports, there's so many secondary and tertiary businesses with pro sports. I've known of people who, on a scuzzy level, scalping. That's a business. You don't want to do that, though. And plus, some teams, they can't give away tickets anyway, so you can just walk up and get the tickets for it. But jerseys, or having some place where you're just selling like sports memorabilia. Like there's a store in my neighborhood that sells baseball cards. So, yeah, look into that. Look into sports, something sports related, especially if you like to play. Figure out what you can do. Someone I knew who went to my college, he actually has a business training people in basketball, like sports camps, something like that. So look into that. So as always, let's go make that money.